Oh man, it just fried out my USB. This thing is burning hot. My Unraid just caught on fire. Okay, I gotta go ahead and turn off the rest of the computer. We're gonna go ahead and do that. I gotta pull it, get a table. This should work. Here we go. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Why don't we? So you got a few screws that we can go ahead and take apart. So this is the NAS box that I've built. The Jonsbo N5 series. So far I kind of actually like it. It's a pretty nice box, not for nothing. I haven't had any issues with it. Other than it being quite large. It's definitely a big old cube. You know, it's not, you know, this thing can hold, what, 12 hard drives? This thing's pretty massive. So let's pop this cover. And let's see what I did here. My CPU. Okay. It's pretty dusty, excuse the dust. 64 gigs of RAM, 2 different brands I believe, or just 2 different specs. I think one's Patriot and one's Corsair. You can kind of see it in there, but I have a Tough Gaming 3060 GeForce RTX. Pretty nice graphics card, 12 gigs overclocked. Can't complain. It's done its job. Still doing its job. 2 terabyte SSD and a PCIe slot. The reason why I chose a PCIe slot is because with the hypervisor I needed to go ahead and have some form of, I lost something within the IO settings. So I was able to go ahead and bring it back by putting PCIe for the SSD. So that's how I was able to. And then right next to it I have a 1 gig, just another 1 gig NIC, just to have as a spare for my management. Now thinking more on this though, because I do have other things underneath. So like I have this weird PCIe 1 slot that goes into a x4 PCIe converter, which I can then now connect 4 different types of SSDs to it. So I have one SSD that's booting the hypervisor. So this allows me to boot the hypervisor that I have the SSD connected to. So the SSD is my main boot for the hypervisor. That is then just wired in here with the SSD. So this is the boot drive that then gets transferred into that blue little cable, which then that blue little cable connects right underneath my graphics card. So that's how I'm able to utilize all of my PCIe slots. So I have one 16 and then one PCIe bus down there. So that's just how it runs. It runs it there. And then I fished it underneath because all of the onboard SATA ports, I have that passing through, which allows me to then have the NAS configured. Disassembling of all this and taking it apart. So this is that piece I was mentioning earlier, how it connects into the one bus bar, and then I just loop it through. Kind of sits, GPU sits right here, kind of just floats right above it. Pretty nice, not for nothing. Pretty clean. Yeah, I don't think it's just this. This is just. It's just. Have you ever thought about if you really wanted this thing to be super secure, remove this bolt, and you can probably even put a rivet. That way you have to drill that out to access this whole entire panel. Not for nothing. Popping these up. We got one left. Be careful. Don't want to break your own motherboard now, do we? There she goes. Nice and easy. So let's start taking some of this stuff out. This, I don't need that. Definitely not gonna need this guy. Where is it connected to? I gotta take that off, okay. Let's bump out this CPU.
Or this power supply, I should say, not CPU, but the power supply. That's what we're taking off. There we go. So now I should be able to fit this thing through. Take that out. We're gonna go ahead and take out this cable as well, because we don't need a graphics card cable on the Unraid NAS. So that's one whole entire cable. Nice. So that's coming up. That to the side. Let's see. This is a well, this is what it is. This is the one bus to 4. I then have a 4-port SATA to 1 connector that I had connected. Right. Then I had my boot OS connected here, and this is connected there. I'm gonna put the link in the description down below and keep this here because that's what I'm gonna use. We'll probably need this as well. Do I need this? No. This is a whole nother cable that's going to be able to come out. So let's disconnect that guy. And let me go ahead and remove these 2 SATA cables here. And I'm going to go ahead and transfer one of these SATA cables to the other side, just because I want my parity. I want my parity drive to be stacked, kind of differentiate what's what. So if that's my parity, so then it's 5 and 6 on my parity drives. So then 5 and 6 will be 1 and 2 going up. So then 5 and 6. Let's make sure we got clearance from this power supply. So there's one thing I've also noticed is you gotta be careful with the, here I can actually show you. So this is what I was trying to explain on how you have your connectors there. 1 and 2, you gotta be careful that the power supply doesn't bump into it. That's what you gotta be careful with, see? Bam. And it looks like it's gonna be a good fit. So we're good. Think I'm good with the power supply. Just gonna close this back on up. Oh, one important thing. Make sure you take your I/O plate with you. You have no idea how many times this thing has pissed me off. All right, looks like it's ready to go in. That's what she said. Oh, this is actually pretty cool too. Let me talk to you about that. A USB. I forgot what I took this thing off of, but this is like from an old computer, USB 3.0 connector, and it literally just has one USB female, or USB male. No, this is female. So I just tied it here with the screw that I was able to attach it to. So it's just a USB. It had a plate of some kind that I was able to just detach it so I can plug in my Unraid boot drive. Bam. Screw it into one of these little holes, mount it wherever, plug it into my motherboard. Now I got an extended USB clip. Perfect. Love that. And I have no idea how I came across it. I think I just stole it from one of my previous computer cases. I just fish it on through. Here's the replacement motherboard. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with some air real quick because this thing is filthy. Filthy. It's a little bit better, a little bit cleaner, not too bad. But this is how you can tell this shit's so old. Fiber wire? Who knows about that still? Fiber wire. I want to say that's what that is right there. I only known Mac to have this. Never seen a PC motherboard have that. That's crazy. Fiber wire, I think. Fiber wire. Yeah, I think that's what that was. Anywho, let's get this thing in here. Look at that. I don't even have to move any of my studs. It's the same size. This does not have the USB 3. That's gonna suck. Damn. Oh man. What the hell am I gonna do? Put it in, plugging it in the back? That's gonna suck. Before mounting this on down, if you're gonna wanna have a cable come out through the side on this side, you have to have the motherboard detached, or else you have to detach these cables. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's how I was able to do it last time. Yeah, you detach them, then you're able to fish it through. Other than that, you gotta detach the whole motherboard. So keep that in mind when you're doing your wire runs. Make sure you got everything lined up. Now I'm curious, if I don't have a place to put this USB port in, where the hell am I gonna connect this bitch at? Because I really doubt you would let me connect it there. As for the front panel, it's from another old computer that has SD, USB, and it looks like it's connecting off the USB 2 J port, because USB J1 is this. So this is probably just the SD card portion of it. This is all I care about right here, USBs. So I can plug it in a USB and have it connect to one of these guys instead of one of these guys. That's the difference. So let's put this in place and let's get this fancier one out. this one comes out, unfortunately. And this weird one goes back in. Man, I thought I was steering clear. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so it gets connected to one of these COM ports, I'm assuming. Just like that. Cool. I should be able to put this here. So this is my Unraid boot disk being connected. Done. Now it's all internal, and now I don't have to worry about, you know, something going bad. And now I can just zip tie this right here. Bada bing, bada boom. Done deal. That's all. If you want to tighten that cable up, you can. I don't really care too much about it. It's not going to be in the way of anything. We're good. Now our set of cables, let's go ahead and get this all connected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We should be good. If I'm not mistaken, I think we only need 5 because I only have 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So the good thing about this is, yeah, I have a 6th option, but I don't really have, I only have that many. So worst case scenario, I could probably put that 4-port and have that connected. So let's just do 1 through 5 and we'll go from there. So down there I do have 6 connected. I just don't have a 6 up here terminated. But down underneath it is connected. So worst case, I can connect my external PCIe and I'll have to connect that way. So that's done. That's all done. Let's connect this bad boy. Does it matter which one? I guess it's all the same, huh? Dust is getting to me now. So what's this? This is USB-C. Oh man, that's gonna suck. Yeah, so much for that. USB-C, goodbye. Hell, can I take that? I might just take that and put that in my new computer. Anywho, so let's go ahead and put that down there. See, so this is what I would do. In a case like this, I would go ahead and take this out, put this with my cool stuff, because I can utilize this somewhere else. You never know where else I can plug something cool like that into, you know. So earlier I showed you a little bit of footage of the front connector. Oh, now that's not good. Oh, it is right here. Okay, cool. So look, so let's bring you in a little bit closer, I guess. I ended up chopping up a little bit this this clip. I added my own switch because I didn't like this front panel switch being the main button switch. Tell me I'm weird, I know, I get it, whatever. So I set the main switch button to be reset. And now this new switch is the power on off. So all I did was repin it, take the pins out, pop these in, call it a day. But that's what I did here. That's the only difference. That is the only difference. if I'm not mistaken. Pretty much almost done with this now. Oh man, you fell through. Yup. So now I gotta fish this big boy. Come on, there we go. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. So that's connected. I think that's it. All right. Now I just gotta check the BIOS settings and fire her up. So let's get this done. The other thing we gotta do is let's go ahead and change out this drive bay. We change the configuration, we can go and pop this thing off. And I'll move my parity drive that's up here on over to the first bay, which is down here, like that. Nice. And that's it. If everything's working out properly, this button, see, does not turn it on. It's the reset. So you gotta open this up for my newly hidden switch. That turns it on. And then this will reset the computer if I needed to. But I need video cables. I need some video cables. So I'm not getting a new video. I will be altering my methods of that front I/O port. Apparently, that is what's causing the computer not to boot properly. So, I will notate that and fix that another day. In the meantime, I'll just go ahead and turn it on with some tweezers. Bridge the two gaps and get your computer to boot. But that's what was going on, is I had the front I/O apparently causing some boot issues. I'm just waiting for it to populate appropriately and I'll be done. But it doesn't seem like it's reading the USB drive, so I'm gonna go ahead and reboot it. Probably need to connect my USB so I can have my keyboard. Back my USB. And let's do a quick reset. It just fried out my USB. This thing is burning hot. My Unraid just caught on fire. This thing smells burnt, dude. What the f happened here? Whoa. This thing's cooked. So, be careful with what you plug in and make sure that you're using good known components. I just burnt out my USB drive. Yeah, that's what was smelling burnt. I gotta make a new one, and I hope my Unraid system is not gone. I'm plugging my new USB stick that I have created the OS for. Right, let's go and boot her up. So it's classifying as a hard drive. So I'm just disabling all the other ones, keeping the USB, going back, boot priority, vendor product. Nice. So there we go. Now I save, reboot. Now I got my NAS. Voila. Now we're booting up into Unraid. Oh, I was worried there for a second. I'm not gonna lie to you. All in all, I gotta say for this case, it's a good buy. If you're looking for a good 12 bay, 3.5 inch, yeah, big fat ones, drives, I can't complain. Does what I needed to do. Okay. So then quick update. Yep. This thing's obviously fried out. So I'm not gonna use that method. I'll just go ahead and connect it via the USB in the back, call it a day. The user accounts have to be recreated. The parity drive has to resync and do its thing. Other than that, all the contents is still good, so we're good there. That is now online doing its thing. And that's it. We have the NAS running Unraid, fully configured, back on my old hardware that I used to have. So it's no longer running Proxmox, just Unraid.